Bahrain, officially the Kingdom of Bahrain, is an island country in West Asia. It is situated on the Persian Gulf, and comprises a small archipelago made up of 50 natural islands and an additional 33 artificial islands, centered on Bahrain Island, which makes up around 83% of the country's landmass. Bahrain is situated between Qatar and the northeastern coast of Saudi Arabia, to which it is connected by the King Fahd Causeway. The current population of Bahrain is 1,870,817 as of May 14, 2023, based on elaborations of the latest United Nations data, of whom 712,362 are Bahraini nationals. Bahrain spans some 760 square kilometers, 290 square miles, and is the third smallest nation in Asia after the Maldives and Singapore. 14. The capital and largest city is Manama. Bahrain is the site of the ancient Dilmun civilization. It has been famed since antiquity for its pearl fisheries, which were considered the best in the world into the 19th century. Bahrain was one of the earliest areas to be influenced by Islam, during the lifetime of Muhammad in 628 AD. Following a period of Arab rule, Bahrain was ruled by the Portuguese Empire from 1521 until 1602, when they were expelled by Shah Abbas I of the Safavid dynasty. In 1783, the Bani Abbas clan captured Bahrain from Nasser al-Madkar, and it has since been ruled by the al-Khalifa royal family, with Ahmed al-Fateh as Bahrain's first hakim. In the late 1800s, following successive treaties with the British, Bahrain became a protectorate of the United Kingdom. In 1971, it declared independence. Formerly an emirate, Bahrain was declared an Islamic constitutional monarchy in 2002. In 2011, the country experienced protests inspired by the regional Arab Spring. 18. Bahrain's ruling Sunni Muslim al-Khalifa royal family has been criticized for violating the human rights of groups including dissidents, political opposition figures, and its majority Shia Muslim population. Bahrain developed the first post-oil economy in the Persian Gulf. 20. The result of decades of investing in the banking and tourism sectors. Wink with a frown. 21. Many of the world's largest financial institutions have a presence in the country's capital. It is recognized by the World Bank as a high-income economy. Bahrain is a member of the United Nations, Non-Aligned Movement, Arab League, Organization of Islamic Cooperation and the Gulf Cooperation Council. Bahrain is the dual form of Arabic Bahr, sea, so Al-Bahrain originally means the two seas. However, the name has been lexicalized as a feminine proper noun and does not follow the grammatical rules for duals, thus its form is always Bahrain and never Bahrain, the expected nominative form. Endings are added to the word with no changes, as in the name of the national anthem Bahrainina, our Bahrain, or the demonym Bahraini. The medieval grammarian Al-Jawahari commented on this, saying that the more formally correct term Bahri, lit. belonging to the sea, would have been misunderstood and so was unused. It remains disputed which two seas the name Bahrain originally refers to. 24. The term appears 5 times in the Quran, but does not refer to the modern island originally known to the Arabs as Awal. Today, Bahrain's two seas are generally taken to be the bay east and west of the island, the seas north and south of the island, or the salt and fresh water present above and below the ground. In addition to wells, there are areas of the sea north of Bahrain where fresh water bubbles up in the middle of the saltwater as noted by visitors since antiquity. An alternative theory concerning Bahrain's toponymy is offered by the Al-Asa region, which suggests that the two seas were the Great Green Ocean, the Persian Gulf, and a peaceful lake on the Arabian mainland. Until the late Middle Ages, Bahrain referred to the region of eastern Arabia that included southern Iraq, Kuwait, Al-Hassa, Qatif, and Bahrain. The region stretched from Basra in Iraq to the Strait of Hormuz in Oman. This was Iqlim al-Bahrain's Bahrain province. The exact date at which the term Bahrain began to refer solely to the Awal archipelago is unknown. 28. The entire coastal strip of eastern Arabia was known as Bahrain for a millennium. The island and kingdom were also commonly spelled Bahrain into the 1950s. Bahrain was home to Dilmun, an important Bronze Age trade center linking Mesopotamia and the Indus Valley. 31. Bahrain was later ruled by the Assyrians and Babylonians. From the 6th to 3rd century BC, Bahrain was part of the Achaemenid Empire. By about 250 BC, Parthia brought the Persian Gulf under its control and extended its influence as far as Oman. The Parthians established garrisons along the southern coast of the Persian Gulf to control trade routes. During the Classical era, Bahrain was referred to by the ancient Greeks as Tylos, the center of pearl trading, when the Greek admiral Nearchus serving under Alexander the Great landed on Bahrain. 34. Nearchus is believed to have been the first of Alexander's commanders to visit the island, and he found a verdant land that was part of a wide trading network. He recorded that on the island of Tylos, situated in the Persian Gulf, are large plantations of cotton trees, from which are manufactured clothes called sindones, of strongly differing degrees of value, some being costly, others less expensive. The use of these is not confined to India, but extends to Arabia. The Greek historian Theophrastus states that much of Bahrain was covered by these cotton trees and that Bahrain was famous for exporting walking canes engraved with emblems that were customarily carried in Babylon. Alexander had planned to settle Greek colonists in Bahrain, and although it is not clear that this happened on the scale he envisaged, Bahrain became very much part of the Hellenized world. The language of the upper classes was Greek, although Aramaic was in everyday use. Local coinage shows a seated Zeus, who may have been worshipped there as a syncretized form of the Arabian sun god Shams. Tylos was also the site of Greek athletic contests. The Greek historian Strabo believed the Phoenicians originated from Bahrain. Herodotus also believed that the homeland of the Phoenicians was Bahrain. This theory was accepted by the 19th century German classicist Arnold Heeren, who said that, in the Greek geographers, for instance, we read of two islands, named Tyrus or Tylos, and Aratus, which boasted that they were the mother country of the Phoenicians, and exhibited relics of Phoenician temples. The people of Tyre, in particular, have long maintained Persian Gulf origins, and the similarity in the words Tylos and Tyre has been commented upon. However, there is little evidence of any human settlement at all on Bahrain during the time when such migration had supposedly taken place. The name Tylos is thought to be a Hellenization of the Semitic Tilmun, from Dilmun. The term Tylos was commonly used for the islands until Ptolemy's Geographia, when the inhabitants are referred to as Thilawanoi. 46. Some place names in Bahrain go back to the Tylos era. For instance, the name of Arad, a residential suburb of Maharak, is believed to originate from Arados, the ancient Greek name for Maharak. In the 3rd century, Ardashir the first ruler of the Sassanid dynasty, marched on Oman and Bahrain, where he defeated Sanatruk, the ruler of Bahrain. At this time, Bahrain was known as Mishmahig, which in Middle Persian/Pahlavi means you fish. Citation needed. Bahrain was also the site of worship of an ox deity called Awal, Arabic. Worshippers built a large statue to Awal in Maharak, although it has now been lost. For many centuries after Tylos, Bahrain was known as Awal. By the 5th century, Bahrain became a center for Nestorian Christianity, with the village Samahij as the seat of bishops. In 410, according to the Oriental Syriac Church synodal records, a bishop named Batai was excommunicated from the church in Bahrain. As a sect, the Nestorians were often persecuted as heretics by the Byzantine Empire, but Bahrain was outside the empire's control, offering some safety. The names of several Maharak villages today reflect Bahrain's Christian legacy, with Al-Dair meaning the monastery. Bahrain's pre-Islamic population consisted of Christian Arabs, mostly Abd al-Qays, Persians, Zoroastrians, Jews, 50, and Aramaic-speaking agriculturalists. According to Robert Bertram Sargent, the Baharna may be the Arabist descendants of converts from the original population of Christians, Arameans, Jews and Persians inhabiting the island and cultivated coastal provinces of eastern Arabia at the time of the Muslim conquest. The sedentary people of pre-Islamic Bahrain were Aramaic speakers and to some degree Persian speakers,